Morning, YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Sean, the Average Angler. I am here to bring you a Lake Berryessa fishing report from, I believe yesterday was December 2nd, 2023. I expected the bite to be really good because we had stable weather. It was overcast with some fronts passing through. Drizzle, rain here and there, not a whole lot, but it was warm and it had been cold overnight the last couple of weeks anyway. The water temperature is down to about 58 and a half. Well, 58 and a half on one graph, 56 and a half on the other. Lowrance read 58 and a half. The Garmin read 56 and a half. One's getting the temp in the front, one's getting the temp in the back. They just read different. Graphs have always been that way. It's more important, I think, to see which way it's going. So anyway, my experience on Lake Berryessa this time of year is that it can be pretty tough, at least for me, until the water gets down to 54, 52 degrees. Some years it doesn't get down there to 52. It'll get down to 54. And we're probably a little ways off of that based on the current patterns we have coming through. Anyway, we had no problems finding fish. No problems finding bait. I mean, that place is thick with bait. But anyway, the bite was not what we were expecting. And we kind of landed on them where we started, and then as we ran around to different types of places, I found out we never should have left the area we were in. Which is probably why they say don't leave fish to find fish. Anyway, I cranked with the tactical crank. Kevin threw a rip bait, threw an A-ray, threw the shaky head, threw the big glide bait, the jig, threw my brown and purple jig, and nothing on that. I did get one on the shaky head, and I didn't think about it until later, but probably should have dead sticked it yesterday. Sometimes that's the ticket. You don't want it moving very much. 2 weeks ago I was able to really shake it aggressively. Yesterday I continued to do that, and might have been a difference maker had I dead sticked it. Anyway, these are things you need to learn and try. What did work turned out to be the better rig was the Demiki rig. Ned Niki, Demiki rig, whatever you want to call it. There's all kinds of different options out there. What it is, and this is I don't even know if these are still made. I'm pretty sure these are Elastec. Yep. Made with Elastec right there. It's a little 3-inch kind of do nothing bait, right? You can rig these on a lot of different types of heads. These baits are small enough. I really like the core tackle stuff. You can see how much that tail just keeps moving back there. I really like the core tackle. This bait isn't very big, and it's also got a slit in the bottom. And on the back of the package it shows ways to rig it. Shows a Texas rig, a drop shot, and a wacky. So these were probably out before the Ned Beaky thing ever really came into play. What we ended up doing, the Pro Shrooms head, okay, this is a Ned head. This is a 1/6 ounce. Okay, fishing down to 35 feet. I did fish deeper. The general rule of thumb is to fish as light as you can get away with. This size casts pretty well on that Loomis rod I did the review on. That thing throws this little light bait so well. Kevin was throwing a quarter, and I was able to cast equally as far with this 1/5 ounce. With this, you just run it through the nose, exposed hook, much like a dart head, right? You could have used a dart head. Kevin used a dart head at times too, and he felt like he got him a couple more bites because the dart head would spiral as it fell. Anyway, we weren't doing anything with them. We're casting them out, tight lining, if you will, okay? Cast it out, long cast as you can, engage the reel, and just let it pendulum down. It's gonna slowly pendulum down. And as the bait was dropping through those schools of bait fish, pow, they'd hit it. They wouldn't always get it, but they hit it hard. So to me right now, the lake is in a little bit of a funk. Other people may be on them. There's always somebody catching them, right? Yesterday it wasn't me. I broke off a lot of heads and snags. The previous time I was out, I fished the same head all day. That's just kind of how it goes, right? Anyway, the lake's in great condition. I got to test a lot of rods. The glide bait I was throwing was on a new iRod. It's called large swim or big swim bait, something like that. It's for bigger weights. Look for a review to come on that. I fished the new Powell Naked 703 casting. That's what I was throwing the 1/2 ounce jig on, and man, that thing is really nice. But anyway, back to the report. 57 degrees. It was fairly calm. The wind would break up the water surface every once in a while, but it never really got out of control. It was a fairly comfortable day. I think it was low 50s, maybe got into low 60s. And then when we came in at the end of the day, we were kind of fishing out in front, and there was a lot of bait out there, and in Capel Cove, and we watched this guy come in and be smart, people. He was hammered. He was hammered. He tried to take off at one point. He was very polite. He sat down when he came by us, and didn't need to do that. Anyway, he did. It was very polite of him. And when he got by us, he tried to gas it and take off again. Well, apparently he didn't realize that he had trimmed the motor all the way out of the water. So now he's got this 2-stroke trimmed all the way up to where it's almost flat on the back of the boat. And he's revving it up, trying to figure why it won't go anywhere. And then we watched him try to, once he figured it out, we watched him try to put the boat at the dock so he could go up and get his truck. Well, that took him, I think, 20-25 minutes, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Anyway, he finally got it tied up to the dock, went up and got his truck, backed the trailer into the side of the ramp, smashed in the front of the fender, smashed in the back of the fender. Yeah, he loaded his boat up and off he went down the road. Let's be smart, folks. All right. Thanks for watching the channel. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. We're just bringing you the truth as I experience it and see it. That was our day yesterday. The best fish we caught was on the thumbnail by Kevin. It was a nice fish. Would have liked to have had a limit of those. I was kind of expecting a limit of those, but that's why they call it fishing, not catching. I think our total for the day was probably somewhere between 10 and 12 fish. So a far cry of what it was a couple weeks ago. Till next time, thanks for watching. Fish on.